Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Chad here with another In the OT podcast for BetUpSportsBlog.com. Today, we're just going to break down what has gone on in Major League Baseball with the trade deadline passing. A lot of the big deals we discussed earlier in the week as they trickled through. But today, in particular, the Philadelphia Phillies were a big seller, and I like what they've done here, getting rid of Shane Victorino and Hunter Pence, as clearly these two players were not going to be in the picture long term. We know that they are currently out of a playoff spot this year. Their season's pretty much done, and moving forward they have a ton of money tied up to their starting rotation and the likes of an Utley and a Howard. So two guys that were going to be unrestricted free agents that they did not want to bring back. You might as well get as much back as you can right now, and for the teams that did acquire them, I think they are terrific moves because they need to add some offense into the mix. In particular, the Giants, who don't really have that star power hitting in the middle of the lineup. You can say Buster Posey's bringing that a little bit. Melky Cabrera, who's really playing over his head. Come on, he's not that good. So someone like Hunter Pence is a former All-Star, a guy that's had nearly 100 RBIs in the past, 25, 30 home runs, has a little bit of speed. I think he'll be a mainstay in that lineup and could hit in the 2, 3, 4, 5 spot. Big time move there. And for the Dodgers, Shane Victorino's a guy who, has been a very good sort of top of the lineup hitter, a table setter, shall we say. And now that they have Kemp fully back and Ethier and adding Hanley Ramirez into the mix, it's just another added bat that is much needed because you cannot be relying on the A.J. Ellises of the world and the Juan Riveras and the Gordon kid that never worked out this year. We know Victorino's been extremely clutch in the playoffs in his previous years with Philadelphia. In particular, the year they won the World Series, so I like that move there. And they also go out and get Ryan Dempster, another good move for them to really help bolster that starting rotation because outside of Clayton Kershaw, they really don't have a bona fide number two. They sort of have these cast-offs as their starting rotation. You look at a guy like Chris Capuano and an Aaron Harang. Come on, we can't really have that much confidence in those guys come the playoffs. Billingsley's up and down. So with the way Dempster's pitched the last few years, in particular this year, he will be a solid number two in the rotation. So I do like, in particular, what the Dodgers have done over the last week. Right now, they are dead tied with the Giants heading into tonight's action. So it should be very interesting to see how these two teams play down the stretch here. And even the loser of the division will definitely have a good shot at getting one of the two wild card positions. I've always believed the Giants are a team that if they get in the playoffs can create a lot of damage just because their starting rotation is absolutely stifling with the likes of a Kane, a Baumgartner, and Vogelsong. And if you believe that Tim Lincecum can get back on track, and he has shown some of those signs in the last couple of starts. So if that's the case there, they might not need as much offense as a team like the Dodgers, whose starting rotation I don't believe is nearly as good. And some other moves that sort of went down, interestingly enough, Carlos Lee rejected a trade to go to the Yankees. I mean, why on earth would you want to stay with the Marlins? This guy clearly doesn't care about winning because he went from Houston to Miami, and then he had a chance to go to sort of one of your, World Series contending teams. So this guy's a goofball. I don't know how anybody would want to deny an opportunity to have a chance to win. And if you guys are interested more about what I said with the other moves, just go back and check the previous podcast because there's no point breaking down things that I've already discussed. And you know the way the trade deadline works here. It ain't over yet because we know that there are going to be these other rules with the waiver wire, the re-entries and all this stuff. I don't even fully understand it, but I know the deals have gone on past the official trade deadline. And one other move, because it's local here in Canada, Travis Snider dealt to the Pittsburgh Pirates in return for Brad Lincoln. I like this move a lot for the Jays. Travis Snider's had his chances and has never been consistent enough to be a mainstay in the big leagues. Brad Lincoln's a much-needed arm they need in the rotation. In the bullpen, but he can start as well. So another small move there. I like the Jays trying to help their bullpen, which is absolutely atrocious. They do rank in the top 3-4 in offense in the league, so they can get rid of a bat like Snider. Once again, Chad, in the OT podcast, MLB trade deadline. It's all broken down.